Panama Convention Center. Maureen Mould will be the keynote for the Washington State Pupil Transportation Annual Conference. The theme for this year's conference is based on the book by Dr. Seuss, Oh, the Places You'll Go. Today, Maureen will be practicing a shortened version of the one-hour address. This keynote is the closing to a two-day conference. She has been asked to send off the 350 attendees with some inspiration, motivation, and an enlightened spirit. Maureen's address is entitled 3 L's to Extraordinary Pupil Transportation: How to Listen, Learn, and Laugh for Success. We will begin with the introduction to be read before she begins to speak.
Can you grab me that
You
bag
will
real
hear
quick?
her full
I
introduction
think there's something in it.
and closing to her speech, but today she will focus on only one point and then mention the other two behind it.
Nope.
Your feedback
I need
is
this.
very important, is very valuable to Maureen.
Can you
She
give everybody
appreciates
one of those cards,
your
please?
insightful critique. Let's begin with the introduction. Introduction for Maureen Mould for WAPT Conference. You have just experienced another year of stimulating and usable information at our 38th Annual Washington Association for Pupils Transportation Conference. Can you imagine all the places you will go with all the new skills you've acquired? Well, hang on to your seats for our closing keynote. Maureen Mould takes you on an exciting ride to bring this rousing conference to a close. Maureen is no stranger to bus transportation. Having lost most of her sight at the time of her daughter's birth, she has used public transportation on a regular basis. When volunteering at her daughter's school, she rode the school bus on occasion. Maureen knows firsthand what it can be like to be in the middle of craziness on a school bus. If you've attended Maureen's training last year or yesterday, you know how dynamic, exhilarating, and fun she can be. Today, her keynote address is entitled, The 3 L's to Extraordinary Pupil Transportation: Listen, Learn, and Laugh for Success. You should have a card to follow along on her 3 points. In preparation for this presentation, Maureen has interviewed several school bus drivers. It will be interesting to hear what some have shared. Get ready, get set, and let's give Maureen an enthusiastic welcome.
Thank you. Congratulations! Today is your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away. So says Dr. Seuss in the first page of his book, Oh, the Places You'll Go. And the theme of your conference this year. What an extraordinary theme. Oh, the places you'll go. I thought that same thing the first morning of my daughter's first day of kindergarten. South Bend, Indiana, 1983. My husband and I had dropped her off at school in the morning, but that afternoon, I was waiting with the other expectant parents right at the bus stop for our children to get off the bus and tell us all about their thrilling day of school. Wait a minute. Cara didn't get off the bus. Where is she? Wait a minute. Where'd she go? I frantically was waving at the bus. Stop! Didn't stop. I searched the crowd for this middle school boy, our neighbor, who said he would watch out for Cara. And when I asked him, I said, well, where's Cara? And with a shrug, he goes, I don't know. I didn't see her get on the bus. What do you mean you didn't see her get on the bus? I frantically raced down the narrow sidewalk to my house. Most mothers would jump in the car and take off to the school, but I don't drive. Okay, I gotta go make a call. I gotta call him. Do you know how long it takes to call someone on a rotary phone. You can tell how old I am. It took forever. Come on, let's go, faster. Oh, my daughter, she didn't get off my daughter's in kindergarten. She didn't get off the bus. The voice at the other end wasn't very sympathetic. She's probably heard this a million times before. What? Call the bus barn? Okay, thanks for the number. Okay, oh, I gotta do this again? Oh my gosh. Okay, here we go. Okay, when are they gonna make those cell phones faster? They need to make them faster. This is ridiculous. Okay. Oh, thank you. What? You just got a call from a bus driver? They don't. Oh, yeah, that's it. That's my daughter. You'll bring her. Okay, thanks. Well, that lady was really sympathetic. She understood. They're going to bring her to the house. Oh, I collapsed in a heap of tears at the chair, the wingback chair in the front of the bay window. They found her. She was on the wrong bus, of course. Oh. Do you know how extraordinary and awesome responsibility you have? Imagine for a moment what the Washington State schools, public schools, would look like if they did not have you there to do their job. Oh, let's see, there might be more fender benders in the parking lots, parents dropping off kids in a rush, or perhaps fewer kids in the classrooms. Your mind can go wild with that one. You do have an extraordinary job. Oh, the places you'll go. Today you're going to receive the 3 keys, the 3 L's to being an extraordinary person doing pupil transportation. You have a card in front of you. You're going to learn the tools on how to listen with your eyes, so you can build connections with those you work with and the children who come onto your bus. You are also going to take away with you how to ignite your spirit by learning gratitude. And the 3rd key and the 3rd L is to learn to laugh and lighten up, which also helps you to connect with other people. So here's the question before we get started. Are you what? Are you ready? Yes, I knew you would be. I knew you would be. Are you ready? What in the world could it mean to listen with your eyes? Interesting question. Well, let's think about this. Oh, the places you'll go. Because what? Today is your day. Today is a gift. That's why they call it the present. How can you give that gift to kids or anyone you work with when you listen with your eyes? Focused attention. Focused attention. Mother Teresa once said, people in this world starve more for attention and attachment than they do for bread. Let's give it to our children. Let's give it to our children. Listening with our eyes means giving that focused attention without interruption. Without, wondering who's on the phone, texting back. In interviewing a bus driver, she was telling me about some of the misbehaviors on the bus, and she figured out a way by giving focused attention. She starts the beginning of school with the older kids. Every single week, a new child is designated to be the head counter, and that child gets all of her focused attention for that week. She told me how misbehavior has turned right around. Being present, giving the gift of yourself to others. Well, that's our first L. The second L, learn gratitude. You may think, now wait a minute. I say grace, especially on Thanksgiving before we have dinner. What's this gratitude thing all about? Cicero, a Roman philosopher who died in 43 BC, said, gratitude is the greatest of all virtues, the parent of all others. Gratitude? Well, wait a minute. Raise your hand if you ever wake up and don't want to go to work that day. Yep, we've all been there, haven't we? Mama said there'd be days like this, there'd be days like this, my mama said. The Shirelles knew that in the 1960s. There are going to be days like that. How can I wake up and be grateful? A bus driver of 32 years from Kennewick, Washington, when I interviewed her, told me this. She has been driving bus for, and even right now, her bus, she picks up kindergartners all the way through high schoolers. But guess what? She said, when I look at those kindergartners, I see high schoolers in their eyes. And when I look into the eyes of the high schoolers, I see kindergartners. But I'm grateful for every one of them. Did you hear that? Grateful for every one of them. Her attitude of positive thankfulness for her kids that she's driving has given them gratitude. I remember the days when I used to have to take a bus every day to work. I always stood there waiting for that bus, wishing my favorite driver would be there to open up those doors. And when she would say in this hearty voice of hers, "Good morning, I'm so glad you're here on the bus today. Welcome." Do you think she started my day off in a positive attitude? Yes, she did. It changed me. It changed my whole outlook on how the day was going to be. Good morning. Wow. In Dr. Seuss's book, there's a page that says, okay, kids in a slump won't be very much fun, but unslumping kids is not easily done. And that's true for everybody, not just kids. How do we get unslumped? We take the negative thinking and turn into positive thinking. Willie Nelson said that in one of his songs. Do you know that song?
On the road again?
Could be on the road again. What we project will reflect. The bus driver that projected to me a positive attitude of, "Good morning, I'm so glad you're on my bus this morning, welcome," reflected to me her inclusion to have me part of her ridership, and reflected to me a positive attitude that I was able to take and push out. You might have heard the old statement, a candle loses none of its light by lighting another. That's gratitude. Back to Dr. Seuss. He also says in his book, "Oh, the places you go, there's fun to be done." Fun to be done. That leads us into our third L, laugh. Laugh for the health of it. Yes, laugh for the health of it. But you know, sometimes we have those grumpies, the grumpy gratitudes. we had to turn around. How do we laugh? Laughter is not just hearing a joke. Raise your hand if you have been attracted to someone you care about and love through shared laughter. Yes, it's almost unanimous. Shared laughter. Laughing together. Laughing at ourselves. It's been said, and there's no author to this, when you can laugh at yourselves, blessed are you who can laugh at yourselves. You will never cease to be amused. It's true. And by the way, you don't have to be happy to laugh, but when you laugh, you become happy. And you can stimulate laughter by just laughing together. It is. It's just a fun way to go. Let's try that. We can just kind of start laughing, and it's infectious. I've watched a video. I think this was made in another country. I can't remember where one person on the bus started laughing. Everyone's looking around like, what's so funny? Before you can imagine, within 3 minutes, the entire bus was belly laughing. Laughing together builds connections. And that's what we want with our kids and our friends. So let's try it. I'll just begin. Okay, so what are we laughing about? Laughing for the health of it. Laughing for the health of it. How do you do this on a bus? Larry, a good friend of mine who drives bus. He was an executive director of an organization. When he retired, he decided to start driving school bus. You know what he tells me? Surprise and exaggeration. So I said, Larry, how do you do that? He said, I'll tell you how I do that. He said, first of all, I have a funny hat day. On the big cheese today. The kids look at him like, have you gone crazy? But they laugh. They laugh. Have a funny hat day. Wear a different hat once a week or here or there. Maybe not every week, once a month. However, he says he gets more laughter from his funny hat day. Or another one that he's done, as kids come on the bus, he'll say, hey, how was lunch at school today? Oh, you should have had some of mine. I had my 3-piece chicken dinner. They just go, oh my gosh. But it stimulates laughter. It stimulates laughter. Find funny ways to make people laugh. So let's go over those tools now. The 3 L's. To be able to make it an extraordinary day, what do we need to? Listen with our eyes. We need to learn. Yes. And we need to laugh for the health of it. This other bus driver, I was telling her why I was interviewing her, and I told her I was going to use Dr. Seuss's book, Oh, the Places You Go. And I went over how I started this talk. Congratulations! Today is your day. You're off to great places. You're off and away. She made me repeat that over the phone at least 5 times because she wanted to write down every line. And she said to me, I am going to use that from here on out next school year to welcome the children onto the bus. Can you imagine that? Oh my goodness. She looks at their face. She listens with her eyes. She will be grateful for them and she'll get them to laugh. Maybe we could do it together. Just repeat after me, line by line. Congratulations! Today is your day. You're off to great places.
You're off to great places.
You're off and away.
Off and away.
How will their day begin? I think that's the perfect way of unslumping any kid. Do you agree? Or any coworker? Of course. Of course. Doing extraordinary things don't have to be big or great. They just have to be done as many times as you can. As many times as you can. So to again to repeat, Dr. Seuss's last rhyme in his book on the last page, he says, you're off to great places now. You are off and away. Your mountain is waiting. So get on your way, and get on your way with the 3 L's to extraordinary.